Foreman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
NFL Week 16 is here, guys. It is holiday time. So first, happy holidays. Merry Christmas for anyone that celebrates Christmas. And this time of the year, it means Saturday football. We saw some Saturday football last week. We're getting a ton of games. Christmas Eve it lands on. Most of the games are Christmas Eve this week. So we will look at a couple games from Saturday, one game on Sunday as well. First two games we'll look at on Saturday, Eagles at Cowboys. Huge game, right? But Hurts may not be playing. We'll look at that. Also, Pats versus Bengals. I think that's an exciting game in New England. And the best game, in my opinion, not a lot of good. There's three games on Saturday. Now, games aren't that great. But Dolphins versus Packers should be a decent game there in Miami. The website systemsportscapping.com. Become a client today and receive my personal plays. Profit every year in each sport I handicap. Different profit each year, of course. Another profitable year in all sports. Head over there. You can find my records, resume, client comments. Everything over there. Subscription packages available as well. System Capping on Twitter, Instagram. Give me a follow over there, guys. Sports betting news, free picks, winning tickets, and client comments over the years. Another profitable week in the NHL, mainly due to the Bengals. I was all over the Bengals. We got lucky. They came back after being down 17-0 at half. Came back, had them in all markets, had them on the 3.5, had them in a money line, had them in a teaser. So we were able to profit because of them. We also had last week, what do we have? So we had on Saturday, Bills. We had Allen over passing yards, full unit there. One of my bigger prop bets of the year. That hit fairly easily. And then I attacked the weather. I thought it was going to snow the whole game. It started snowing with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So I was on the wrong side of the weather. It just pushed away from the stadium. I followed all the weather channels, all the NFL weather channels. I watched Buffalo News, everything. It was supposed to come. They were even surprised it didn't come. It just pushed away from the stadium late. Tough there because I took the under and the Bills 7. And because of that, they didn't get there. We did have Bills, obviously, as well on the teaser, which did hit for us. Some other winners from the weekend. We had Chargers on the money line. I knew that game was going to be a 3-point game. That's why they had Chargers -3. When in doubt, lay a little juice. Hit Chargers minus, I think it's minus 150, if I recall. Not that bad on the money line. I knew if I did the -3, it would have been a push. And that's what happened. Close game. Chargers got it done. I'm happy. I did take Chargers to make the playoffs. They're looking like they're in a decent spot right now. They're sitting in a wild card position. So I'm expecting them to maybe get 10 wins. You get 10 wins on the year, you should be able to get into the playoffs. And they are healthy at the right time now. So it looks like that they should be able to sneak in there. Update here. Here's a little update. Happy with the run since week 2. 71-49. Another profitable regular season already in the books. I don't bet high units, so I don't see anything happening where it won't be profitable. Week 18, last week of the season, I'll lay low probably unless I find good spots. Teams rest guys. You don't know how well they're taking the game, how seriously taking the game. Probably a lower volume in the last week of the season. Getting ready for the playoffs, looking forward to that. That's the 8th profitable in a row. 8th profitable NFL season in a row, regular season. Of course, last week, what did we hit for you last week in the free video? We hit Pittsburgh, another underdog winner. That's 4 in the last 5, I'm pretty sure, guys. Pittsburgh underdog plus 130. Hopefully you bet that. We had a bunch of leans as well. Hopefully you guys jumped on that. Lions, Bills, Ravens game under all came through. We did miss on the teaser with Dallas. Wild comeback. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I hit my own client teaser. We were on the Bills, Eagles, and Bengals. World Cup is over. I'll quickly go over the World Cup. It was a great one for us. Another profitable international soccer tournament. Outright winner on Argentina plus 550. That was a full unit play. It was my biggest play in the future market for a while. Last time in the future market international soccer, we had Italy plus 1100. Single game bets were profitable. Futures were profitable in the World Cup. Another profitable international soccer. Thanks for everyone who jumped on board in the World Cup. I had people that just purchased the World Cup package. That was awesome. Thank you guys for that. You were profitable, so I'm pretty sure you were happy. Hottest sports right now, NBA and NHL. Long term, right? A year now, going back to last year. 66, 67% the past a few years. Selective in my game selections. Guys, like this video. Like the video. Share it if possible. Subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. We're going to get into this card. Shop around. Have multiple books. I can't stress this enough, guys. Have multiple books. I have books in Canada, US, overseas. Reason for this? Some books are better than the other. Right? For instance, I had Moneyline Dallas and Bengals play. Plus 122. Dallas up 17. Books cash you out. Some books will cash you out on early payouts. Bet365 is the best book, I think, in the market. By far. I use that. Other books will do that as well. Dallas was up 17 going in, not into the fourth. I think late third. And they do early payout on money lines. Even with the Bengals too. So that catches. Some books don't, some do. So some clients cashed on that, some didn't. Nothing I can do. I can just tell you my plays and how I win. And that's why I post my tickets. I count my winnings. If I counted your winnings, I wouldn't know what they are because they're different numbers, right? I don't know what you're getting or who's getting what. So that's how that works. Have multiple books, guys. I know not everyone has the luxury of having books in different countries. I'm able to do that because I do have an address there in the States and in Canada. So I'm able to do that. And then, like I said, because I'm in Canada, in Toronto, I can do overseas accounts too if needed. And you guys can do it as well. Just get a VPN. You can do that as well. So have multiple books. I can't stress enough. Get the best numbers. Get the best books. Even with the money line plays, even in hockey, if you're up 3-0 in hockey, early payout. So they're just saving you from bad beats, which is great. So get a good book. Stop losing on books or losing on value and prop options because your book sucks. Eagles versus Cowboys. Cowboys minus 4.5, total 46. What a great matchup we have here. Christmas Eve, everything's perfect. And then what do we hear? Hurts may not play. He's doubtful. I just watched an interview with him. He says if he could play, he could play. I don't know what that means. He's doubtful apparently for this game. This is something you're going to want to wait to see if on gate time. We're going to handicap it as he's not playing. I don't think they don't need to risk it. They're 13-1, guys. I just don't see why they need to risk it if he actually is hurt. Now, could they be playing mind games? They could be, right? You could because practicing for Hurts and Minshew is totally different, guys. Totally different. So you never know, right? Maybe Hurts can play. Wait till Friday, Saturday, and you'll find out then. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens there. Now, Minshew. What do we know about Minshew? Good, serviceable quarterback, backup especially. We know how good he was in Jacksonville for some time. Sometimes he showed up in big games. He's not consistent, but he has an arm. He can throw. He can find Brown, some of those wide receivers. Definitely can't run like Hurts, so you're going to lose that. But he definitely can throw the ball. The only concern I have is he hasn't started all year. How is he going to look coming in against a very good Dallas secondary? Lawrence looked good in a comeback there. Not too sure what happened in the third and fourth in that game. But you expect Cowboys to be amped up for this one. Big game Christmas Eve. The Eagles are coming in town. We saw Mikel Parsons talk shit about Hurts on a podcast, saying he shouldn't really be the MVP. It should be the team. I don't disagree with that. But he's going to be jacked up for this game. And coming off a bad loss like that, I always like to look at that team, especially at home. I can see Cowboys winning this game. If it is Minshew minus 4.5, sure. Don't love it. Maybe go more to the money line parlay there. Total 46. As the line opened up at 50, now it's down to 46. No hurts. I get that. Probably lean the under because of that. You expect a better performance from the Eagles defense, just because they know they got to keep this game low scoring if they want to win. I don't think Minshew's going to put up a ton of points here, in my opinion, guys, on the road. First start of the year. Hard to see that. Sanders could be really involved here. I had my one prop loss last week was Sanders over. I thought it was a perfect game for him. They decided to throw the ball a lot, right? And that's to Brown. And I expect Brown to be active here as well. If you can get Brown at a good price, 70, 80 yards, may want to look at the over there. He had 9 catches for 181 last week. Against Chicago, I thought they would just run the ball. Run the ball, cold out there. They threw a ton. They threw a ton. And it was maybe because the game was never out of hand. It was fairly close throughout the game, so that's probably why. But Sanders is coming off a huge game, 141 yards. I think he has a good game here. However, if they get behind, how much can they run, right? I can expect them to run the ball a little more because it is Minshew. Yeah, I don't think he's just going to come out and throw a whole bunch of times. So I can see the run game being heavy there for the Eagles as long as they don't go far behind. Same with the Cowboys. I think they run the ball a lot. We know Eagles' secondary is good. So I do think a Pollard and Elliott combination of a bunch of runs could be good. We saw Dak struggle late in that Jacksonville game trying to throw the ball. He got picked in overtime. Bad luck there. Bad bounce off the player. But that happens. And Dak did struggle late in that game. So I run the ball. Keep Eagles off the field. That should be the goal for the Cowboys. But I like the Cowboys to get the win here. I don't love the 4.5. I lean the 4.5. I had to bet it if Minshew's playing. Total, I'll lean the under. This game probably won't make my client card just due to some unknowns. If it does, it'll probably be a play on Saturday because I have all the information that I need. Bengals minus 3.5 versus Pats. Total 41.5. Line open at 40 here on the line, guys. Over's getting bet up here, which I don't disagree. Bengals can put up points. Pats, solid defense. But it seems like Bengals can score on anyone these days, guys. They struggled in the first quarter. Like I mentioned, we were all over Bengals. I was a little worried. First half, they were down 17-0, and then they come out and score 34 points in the second half and win the game by 11 points. It's just so many weapons on this offense. So many weapons. They have 2 number 1 wide receivers. I think Higgins proved that when Chase was out. Higgins was having huge games. He was the number 1, and he was looking like a number 1. So they have 2 number 1 wide receivers, and Boyd is a number 2, but number 3 on this team. Boyd's a good wide receiver, guys. So they have 3 solid wide receivers. Obviously Mixon, some Pirine, and they mix in there. Tight end Hurst, but I think he's hurt now. But with Burrow, the way he's playing, the offensive line's playing better. Like I mentioned, guys, they invest in the offensive line. They're playing well together. They've been staying healthy. Defense has been doing their part as well. Defense played excellent in the second half in that Tampa Bay game. Excellent. Brady could not do anything, could not throw. They got a bunch of turnovers. I like this Bengals team, guys, and I do think this Bengals team is going to win the AFC North. Fortunately for my Ravens. Lamar got hurt. That didn't help. But big game, Bengals versus Ravens, week 17 or week 8, maybe week 18. We'll see. That's a huge game. Looking forward to that one in Cincinnati. Ravens already beat them, but we're looking forward to that one. Pats, we know what happened to them last week. One of the craziest losses you'll see in the NFL. I don't know what Myers was thinking, or even Stevenson. Go down. Don't try this Hail Mary backwards pass for like 30 yards. What's this guy thinking? They questioned him about it. He just said it's my fault. He handled it like a man. It was tough to see for Pats fans. Tough spot here against the Bengals. I just don't see them keeping up on the scoreboard. A loss like that, it can do 2 things. One, as a team, you can come together, put up a good performance here, or it can really hurt you. And it's not going to help when you're getting a Joe Burrow and this offense coming in here. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to hang around. I don't like the 3.5. I'm a little worried about that here. But I do think Bengals find a way. You can get them in the teaser market plus 3.5. You can look at the money line as well. Total, I would lean the over. I do think both teams can score here. I lean the over. Not going to make my client card, but Bengals may make my client card in some sort of market play. Packers at Dolphins. Only good Saturday game in my opinion. Dolphins minus 4.5. Total 48.5. Dolphins have been struggling as of late, guys. 3 losses in a row. However, that Bills game, they showed up. I like what I saw from them. I was getting a little worried at times. I did have Bills around the market. They look pretty good in the cold and in a situation that they're not used to or prefer. And now they're back home. They're back home. Great spot in my opinion. They lost 3 in a row. Back at home. Need a win here. They get the win. I cash my over 8.5. So hopefully they do that. 4.5, don't love that. I do like Dolphins though in the money line. Again, you can look in the teaser market as well. But I think this is a good spot for Dolphins to bounce back. Even though Packers secondary is fairly good this year. Second ranked in yards allowed. However, you can run on this team. We saw Mozart get going last week. They get some Mozart in there. I think they should be fine here. We know Packers just inconsistent. They got a nice win against the Rams. That was the Rams. We were on the Packers -7 and in a money line parlay, so we cashed that for clients on Monday. But I like the spot. I bet situational sometimes. Not all games, but this is a situational bet for me. Lost 3 in a row. Need a win to make the playoff, to get into this playoff. Packers pretty much done. And, this Packers team is very inconsistent. I like Miami here. So I'm going to somehow get Miami into my betting card this weekend. The 4.5 I don't love, just because I mentioned they haven't been winning games, and you're telling me to lay 4.5 against Packers. They won 2 in a row. They're healthy. I think they'll put up a good game here. So it's not something I love to go lay -4.5 with the Dolphins, but I do think they win the game somehow. So I'll look probably to play Dolphins maybe in a money line parlay or something along those lines. But it should be a good game. Looking forward to that one on Christmas Day. Teaser options. Let's look at the teaser options for you guys this week. 7 point. Missed out on Dallas due to the crazy wild comeback. I don't know what happened there. We did hit our, like I mentioned, a top of video client teaser. I stayed off Dallas. Luckily I did. Put them in the money line. We hit that. Bengals, Eagles, Bills. Last week, here is the ticket. Love Baltimore at home. Baltimore at home just to win. Sign me up against the Falcons with no QB or a rookie QB at least. Lamar could be back this week. I think even if he's not back, they find a way to win. They got that run game going again. The defense is going to get them the win, though. It's the defense. I'd be surprised if Atlanta scores more than 14 points in this game. So I can see, a 2014 style game. Something like that along the lines, 17-14. Close game, probably. I don't like the spread. The spread's, 7.5? I can't get there. But I do think Ravens win this game due to their defense. And you can also look at Bills just to win, -2. I don't see the issue. They still need to win, guys. Sure, they won the division, but they need to win these games to get home field advantage. You want home field in Buffalo in December and January. Sorry, in January or February. Bills need to win this game. They're not losing to Chicago. There's no way. There's a way, of course. But I say it's 80% that they win on the money line. -2 as well on the teaser line. So I think Bills win this game. And yeah, I mentioned Bengals +3.5. That's a look as well. Underdogs. Can we make it? We made it 4 in the last 5. Can we make it 5 in the last 6, guys? Can we do it? Don't love anything. I gotta look at the Raiders though. +130 at Pittsburgh. They're healthy. They got their weapons. They got the offense to be able to beat Pittsburgh in cold weather. They can run Jacobs. Waller's back. Short throws there. Adams, he can play in the cold. Not worried about that coming from Green Bay. +130 Raiders. Why not? Is it going to make my client card? Probably not. But it's my favorite underdog play. Raiders go into Pittsburgh and find a win, probably in a close game. That will do it, guys. That will do it for this card. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys enjoy this card. Hopefully you guys enjoy the holidays with your family. I'm going to go spend it with my family. I'm leaving tomorrow for 5-6 days. So you probably won't hear from me as much on social media, etc. for the next 5 days. Got to spend it with the family. Clients, I still send out my plays, don't worry. whatever I like over the holidays. You know, no UFC, no PGA. NHL stops on Friday, I'm pretty sure. NBA, we have the Christmas day, so it's a lower volume anyways, but NFL will be busy like normal. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy your holidays. Take care.